guys, my name is Arinda Devner Aini. I'm from grade 11 AP1. I want to tell about the R.A. Kartini. Do you know about R.A. Kartini? I think you all know about R.A. Kartini. She is our idol and our heroine. Do you agree if she is our idol? Well, let me begin the story. Raden Ayu Kartini, or sometimes known as Raden Ajeng Kartini, was a prominent of Javanese and an Indonesian heroine. Kartini was a pioneer in the area of a woman's right for Indonesians. She struggled to change the woman's world be like now. We should be proud to have figure Kartini because she has been fighting for women's rights. She is different with the other hero because she did not struggle with guns, but she struggled with her things. Kartini is a great woman, smart, brave, and strong. She also has extensive knowledge and high social spirit. Kartini gives some examples of that as women. We are also entitled to the same rights as men. But Kartini not give us an example to insubordinate. Kartini was born into aristocratic Javanese family when Java was part of the Dutch colony of Dutch East Indies. Kartini's father, Sosroningrat, became regency chief of Jepara. Kartini's father was originally the district chief of Mayong. Then, Kartini's mother, Nasirah, was the daughter of Madirono and the teacher of religion in Teluwakur, Jepara. She was his first wife, but not the most important one. At this time, polygamy was a common practice among the nobility. Colonial regulation required a regency chief to marry a member of the nobility. Since Nasirah was not of sufficiently high nobility, Kartini's father married a second time to Wujan or Murjam, a direct descendant of the king of the Madura. After his second marriage, Kartini's father was elevated regency chief of Jepara, replacing his second wife's own father, Titi Wikromo. Kartini was the fifth child and the second eldest daughter in a family of 11, including half-siblings. She was born into the family with a strong intellectual tradition. Her grandfather, Pangeran Aryo Condronegoro IV, became a regency chief at the age of 25, while Kartini's older brother, Sosro Kartono, was an accomplished linguist. Kartini's family allowed her to attend school until she was 12 years old. Just until 12 years old, can you think that if you be Raden Ajeng Kartini? Here, among other subjects, she learned to speak Dutch, an unusual accomplishment for Javanese women at that time. After she turned 12, she was schooled at home, a common practice among Javanese nobility, to prepare the young girl for their marriage. During seclusion, girls were not allowed to leave their parents' house until they were married, at which point three of them was transferred to their husband. Kartini's father was more lenient than some during his daughter's seclusion, giving her such privilege as embroidery lessons and occasional appearance in public for special events. During her seclusion, Kartini was continued her educate herself on her own, just by herself. Because she could speak Dutch, she had several pen friends. A girl named Rosa Abandon became her close friends. Books, newspaper, European magazine fed Kartini's interest in European feminist thinking and fostered the desire to improve the condition of indigenous Indonesian women, who at that time had a very low social status. But we need to underline that Kartini just imitated the way they think and not their style. Kartini liked the way they are respond to things. Kartini concern were not only in the area of the emancipation of women, but also other problems of her society. Kartini saw that the struggle for women obtain their freedom, autonomy, and legal equality was just part of a wider movement. Kartini's parents arranged her marriage to Joyodiningrat, the regency chief of Rembang, who already had 3 wives. She was married on the 12th November 1993. This was against Kartini's wish, but she acquiesced to please her ailing father. Her husband understood Kartini's aims and allowed her to establish a school for women in each part of the Rembang Regency office complex. Kartini's only son was born on 13 September 1904. A few days later, on 17 September 1904, Kartini died at the age of 25. She was buried in Bulu village, Rembang. We can take a lesson that as a woman as well as Kartini, we as women would risk his life to give birth to our children later. That's the destiny for each woman. And we know how much sacrifice our mothers gave birth to our first time to the world. Inspired by R.A. Kartini's example, the Fund Defender established the R.A. Kartini Foundation, which built school for women, Kartini School, in Semarang in 1912, followed by other women's schools in Surabaya, Yogyakarta, Malang, Madiun, Cirebon, and the others area. After R.A. Kartini died, Mr. G.H. Abendanon, he Minister of Culture, Religion and Industry in the East Indies, collect and published the letters that Kartini had sent to her friends in Europe. The book was titled Door to Eastern Catholic, Out of Dark Comes Light, and was published in 1911. It went through 5 editions with some additional letters included in the final edition. Okay, I think that's all for you. Thanks for your attention and goodbye.